Hello, hello. Mic check 1 2. Hello, hello. Hey, hey. Okay, so we're back with another live stream, and we're gonna be talking about the Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses. So these are the Wayfarer styles. I wish they came in bigger frames. Wayfarers in general, for me personally, aren't actually that good on my facial structure because I believe it was meant for people with a higher nose bridge. But the other two styles, Skylar and what's the other one called? I don't remember now. Let me do some research right now. So the other one is called. So you got Wayfarer, you got Skylar, and then the Headliner. The Headliner is pretty cool. But the issue is, so I went to Sunglass Hut and I tried these styles on, the Wayfarer, the Skylar, and Headliner, and only the Wayfarer looked good on me. But what's pretty wild is that all of them are very big and bulky. So I'm just gonna pull out the Wayfarers right now. So it comes in this case that's chargeable, and this is the Wayfarer right here. Okay. So what's interesting is that the Wayfarers are actually very large. I don't have a typical Wayfarer to compare it to, but these are pretty big on my face. And what was it getting at? I was just surprised at the size. And so because of its size and thickness, like I'm wearing right now, I don't need my headphones right now, but like for example, I'm wearing right now, and it looks a little. Maybe it's just because of my face shape, but it looks a little comical. It's just a little bit. And so I think for me personally, it doesn't fit my face shape well. If I had a higher nose bridge, I believe it'll be lifted up a little bit more, and that it'll be forward a bit more. So it'll look a bit like this, I think. But I mean, it's the way you rock it and the confidence they pull off with it that makes it for this sunglasses. Whether or not, well, these aren't sunglasses because I didn't have put sunglass lens into it yet. I will, and I'll get transition lenses. But as of right now, as a see-through glasses, as regular glasses, it doesn't necessarily fit my shape fit my face shape that well right now. But that's okay. So yeah, Uh, so they recently launched a two other styles, I believe. One other style is the Oakley one, and Oakley one looks pretty cool. But at the end of the day, what I wish they had was actually even larger or taller glass frames, so that it can hide the obvious thickness of the arm bars in the glasses itself, because not only is the frame here thick, the arm bars are thick because of the camera circles um, on the arms here. So I thought it was kind of interesting that happened. Sorry, there's a lot of things going on outside my house. Okay. Anyways, so there are camera circles, so that's why the arm bars are a bit thicker. I had a feeling they could have hidden it, but I don't know. I think with a larger lens, it would have been able to make everything proportional, a bit more proportional. But in any case, wearing the sunglasses, there are two things that bother me. And this is kind of a review of the Meta glasses. So, so the two things that bother me is number one, the way they put the electronics in the armbar, it's actually a two-piece mold. There's a thin mold here, and there's a thicker mold out here. For some reason, they decided that, you know what, if the person wearing it needed the electronics in there, they're gonna put the mold on the inner side of this plastic, which actually, because you've seen how plastic molds together. If you click into each other, you can see there's a little bit of an edge. It's like a sharp edge. For example, this pair of scissors, there is a mold line right here. Okay, the two pieces of plastic meets each other there. Or this mouse, there's two mold lines that makes the two plastic pieces meet together. So when they designed this Ray-Ban Wayfarer or the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, they decided to put the edge line right here where your ears would sit on top of, or this will sit on top of your ears, and it cuts into the top part of your ear right here. So not only is it thick, it's also hella uncomfortable. So when you're wearing it, it is just cutting into your ear, and it's sharp on both edges. Like I would give it a pass as to maybe it's a quality assurance issue if it was only one side of the glasses being sharp and kind of like bothersome. But you can even hear when I run my thumb over the arm bar, the scraping sound of the plastic. Listen to this. That's right. It's kind of sharp. It's almost like sandpaper. It's not smooth at all. It is very poorly built, to be quite honest. Like it goes, so the edge of it goes from here all the way over here onto the lens. So this whole arm bar is just this scratchy, uncomfortable like sensation all the way around. So looking at it, it looks really poorly built as well. But I mean, you're not buying it for its build quality. I mean, you kind of are because you're wearing it for a long time, but you're buying it for its functionality. But one other thing that you have to understand about these Ray-Ban Meta glasses is that when you put it on, because of its thick arm bars, and you can't really adjust it because there's electronics in here. So because you can't adjust it, there is a very intense tension or pressure pushing against your head because of how thick the electronics are. So you're basically fighting two battles when you wear these glasses. The scratchy edge that you can hear that's cutting into your ear. And then the second thing is the thick arm bars pushing tension into your side of your head. So you can't wear this for a long time. Yeah, at least I personally cannot. I think the most I wore these glasses for was like maybe 7 hours. Sorry, no, less than that. 6 hours? No, 5 to 6 hours. And I became really uncomfortable because it just was putting pressure on the side of my head. It has those scratchy edges. But what's interesting is that the case itself, which is kind of cool, is that it's a charging case, right? So it looks like a regular Ray-Ban glasses case, which I don't know if you ever owned a pair of Ray-Bans. Their glasses case are usually pretty crappy due to the button right here always breaking. But in any case, inside there are electronics right here. Okay. And the nose bridge, where it sits on my nose, is the charging point for this glasses. I'm actually not sure if this is waterproof or water resistant. I should probably look that up. Are Ray-Ban Meta water resistant? Okay, cool. They have an IPX4 rating. That's awesome because I wore these in the rain and it actually survived, so I was surprised by that. But yeah, so you got to have these on with you at all times If you forget your case, you're not gonna be you're not gonna know where to put away your glasses. So that's another bothersome part of it all. But I mean, it's optional. This is not 100% you have to bring with you all the time. But let's say your glasses die. I mean, it is still functional as glasses. So that's the good part about it. Um, so yeah, besides those comfort issues, I have a nose bridge that's like an Asian nose bridge. It's basically non-existent. I mean, it's not non-existent compared to a lot of other Asians, but it still makes the glasses slide down my face. Like over time, it goes from this, and then most of the time people are looking at me like this. And that's within like 10, 15 minutes of using glasses. So the whole time I'm just looking like this, but I have to constantly keep adjusting it. One thing I didn't realize is that I don't usually adjust my glasses in the middle. This is my own personal preference. I don't usually adjust my glasses in the middle. I usually adjust it by doing this so that I don't make any marks in the middle. But because I forget the camera here, I mess up the lens itself. But that's neither here nor there. That's not a design flaw. That's just a habit I have to change. Okay, in terms of its usage, why did I buy these glasses and is it worth it for me, for anyone? The reason why I bought these glasses is just so that I can create content hands free, right? I can take a picture, right? And then I can also press and hold to record a video. And now you can see a pulsating light on the camera. And now you can see that I'm recording a video, which is kind of interesting. And it's really cool because, you know, being hands free, you're able to do a bunch of stuff and demonstrate a bunch of stuff, and you don't have to carry a camera on you. For example, let's say the other day I was racing my car on a track and I wanted to take some footage of me doing some turns. And instead of having a GoPro strapped to me or wearing a hat that has a GoPro strapped to me, all I had to do was press and hold, and I was able to record my content and I was able to get a POV of what I was doing. That's cool. That's the number one selling point. And you know what? The video is actually pretty sharp. It's a bit more than 1920 by 1080. I think it's like closer to 2K, but not really. It's like in between the two. So you get 2K-ish resolution, and it's sharp enough for Instagram stories, good enough for Instagram reels, and not low quality where it's just not easy to watch, right? So that's really cool about it. The second thing that's kind of interesting is that because there's a light indicating to other people that you are recording them, I think that's very good for privacy issues, of course. But if you personally, and I want to test this out to see what the glasses would do, if you try to block this light, it'll actually not record. So if I block it right now and I try to take a picture, oh, I took one. That's weird. It's supposed to say it's not able to. I'm surprised. What? Okay, so anyways, I put a piece of tape here in another instance, and it actually didn't allow me to record or take a picture. I'm surprised that is allowing me now. But in any case, the right side of the arm bar is where the light is, and the left side is where the camera is. So you can see that right there. It's really cool that there's this technology that you can wear on your face. I think it's really cool for creating content. This is what it looks like when you record a video. And then this is what it looks like when you take a picture. So that. Another thing that's kind of interesting is the way it sounds. So there are speakers right above your ear. There's that earpiece right there. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting. You can use it as a regular media player. You tap to play, double tap to pause, skip, hold to pause, I believe. And it's a touch capacitive touch capacitive button here on the side arm bar that allows you to control the volume up or down. And yeah, that's the basic gist of it. I would say it's really good for content creation if that's what you're looking towards doing, but it will only record in vertical format, or it's actually supposed to be called portrait. A lot of people have forgot about this. But back in the day when you had regular cameras, if you shoot like this is landscape format and this is portrait format. But now we all call it vertical content or horizontal. I guess it makes sense. But yeah, it's just, this is the glasses. If you have any questions about these glasses, let me know. But I personally do not use it for any of the AI features. These Meta AI glasses, I'm pretty sure, are capable for asking you a like relevancy in your day, the weather, etc. But I'm just not in tune with the Meta AI ecosystem. I typically just use ChatGPT or Gemini and interchange it between whatever I find is more useful for a specific scenario. And to add Meta AI to my life is a bit too much, I believe. But that said, I want to show you some footage of what I captured when I was wearing these AI glasses, or the Meta AI glasses. So this is a camping weekend that just passed, and we were at a campsite, and I wanted to show the different things that I was doing while I was wearing the Meta AI glasses. So here's me chopping some wood. This is not in full quality right now because I'm streaming it, but yeah, it's at 1440p, so that's good enough. So I'm just trying to split this wood here. It got a little hairy. And then here is me shooting the campfire, putting some wood in there. For the battery, I think I had, when I wear it, I would have like, I mean, I'm not constantly recording, so maybe like 3-4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours of usage, but I'm not constantly recording. And actually, that's a really good point. One thing I didn't realize before buying the Ray-Ban Meta glasses is that you only have certain increments of recording time. And I put it to max, which is 1 minute recording time, but you can have 30 seconds, 10 seconds, or 5 seconds, I believe. And that is something that you can change within the app. And you have to use the app to work with the glasses. When you have these glasses, one thing you need to know is that you can actually export them or save them directly to your camera roll. And I think that's really important. I didn't want Meta withholding the content I create with these glasses within just the Meta's app. So that's definitely very useful. I'll show you what the Meta app looks like. It's kind of wild because it's called Meta AI app. And it's not just dedicated for the interface of these glasses. It's a multi-functional app. So this is the app itself, and you can change the settings for your glasses, and you can adjust to talk to Meta AI or not, and you can also turn it off. And turning it off will definitely make it less annoying if you don't want to use the Meta AI features. So I think that's kind of important. So yeah, let me just check the settings for how long you can record for. Also, there's a feature called Be My Eyes, which is very cool. If you have what is it called? Visual impairment, and you need the glasses to help you out on your day-to-day life, this is a very cool tool. It talks to you. It's able to tell you what's around you. And so if you have visual impairments and you need that extra aid, I think it's really cool that that feature is available. So if I were to go to general, let's see here. Another thing is you can choose whether or not to hold to record the video or just press once to record a video, and vice versa for taking a picture. You can also control the brightness of the LED if you don't want people to see it as prominent. Uh, do, 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 do. I'm trying to find this, and I don't know why it's not showing me. It showed me before. This is why the Meta app is kind of wild. There's too much going on for it, to be quite honest. Okay, there we go. Oh, interesting. This is new to me. I think I just got an update. You can do 3 minutes of video recording. That's fascinating. It wasn't available before. So you can do 3 minutes or 1 minute in terms of limiting space, optimizing space for recording. It's also very cache heavy. So there's a lot of cache on your phone. And it currently took up 4 gigs of cache on my phone, which is pretty wild. So I'm going to clear that. It doesn't delete the media on your phone. Patrina asked, what improvements will the new ones have? I actually haven't looked into the Oakley ones. I just know it's a different brand, a new brand that they're working with, which is honestly, it's all under like Luxottica. So it's not truly a new brand, but a new, I guess a new brand, but not a different, but not a different company. So we have Oakley's new glasses, and I have not tested the translating languages feature because I have not used the AI features. But I believe if you were to use it, it should be able to help you with those kind of things. But yeah, I don't have much expertise in testing that. But if you had, it would be awesome for you to share it as well for anyone who has. So yeah, that's about it for the experience of wearing them for a long time. So right now you can see it's already sliding off my face. I have to adjust it up. It is putting that pressure on the side of my head, but there's not much you can do about it. There's also one interesting button on the arm bar here that you can't see. It's an on off button. Just in case you really want to turn off your glasses and save battery, if you're storing it away for a while, you can do that. And so, yeah, that's this. It's not too heavy. It's just that the tension and the block of it. What else can I show you? I can show you the video quality footage here. It's pretty good, honestly. Like for a 2K video for such a small form factor. I haven't hit its limit in terms of media import, but what's really good is that the app allows you to import the media right when you open your phone. So it automatically downloads from your glasses to your phone without you needing to do much work. So it's nice to find it in your gallery of what things you have already recorded onto your phone. So for example, earlier I was recording a video of my live stream. So this is my perspective of it. Let's see what other footage I can show you. I can show you the racing day footage that I was talking about. Or I guess I can show you the paddleboard. Paddleboarding is really cool. So I was paddleboarding with our dog Loki in this lake called Clear Lake. And it was so nice to be hands-free and be able to paddleboard with with yeah, just not holding a camera. It really shares a new perspective of content creation. And I mean, if you like the Meta ecosystem, it's really cool, very convenient. But if there's any other I guess like tech brands that are going to come with smart glasses, I would kind of jump to that ship. For example, like I wouldn't mind if Android, because I use an Android phone, it'd be really cool to see Google come out with their new smart glasses. I've reported about this happening, and they even also talked about it in the Google I/O recently. I think like a week or 2 weeks ago. And so, for those who don't know, Google I/O is their developer conference. So they try to entice developers to create new apps and tools and showcase their new, I guess like, yeah, new tools that they can use to develop apps for. And so, for example, ChatGPT purchased Jony Ives company called I/O, and I think they're coming out with either smart glasses or smart earbuds. So that's kind of interesting to see. But yeah, it's a really cool product. I think it's worth its setbacks. If you are worried that the setbacks I've mentioned is going to stop you from purchasing one. But that said, it's kind of an old product now. They're definitely going to do a refresh. I mean, they already came with the Oakleys. They might actually come up with even better glasses coming up soon. So yeah, that's the basic gist of the Meta Ray-Bans. Any other questions? So here's me just trying to set up using the Meta Ray-Bans. Yeah, the track day stuff. So let's see. So this footage here is me inside the car around the racetrack. It's so cool that it's able to capture this content hands-free. Because what you're really just focused on is really living that moment and not worrying about framing the camera. You could frame the camera. Like I've seen memes of people doing like this to look at the object that they're looking at. And I mean, you can definitely get creative with movement. But another thing that actually is a big setback is that it doesn't really have OIS or optical image stabilization. And it makes sense because it's small. There's not much movement for it to physically adjust. But essentially, if you were to walk really fast or if you're running, the camera will pick up the jogging. And that will be an issue if you plan on creating content that is stable. So in order to counter that, you probably want to walk a little bit more smoothly or using your knees, bending your knees and able to absorb the shock. Okay, all right. So that wraps up my little live stream review of these Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Let me know in the comments below what you think of them. Would you purchase them for content creation or what would you use them for? Let me know in the comments below. This has been Billy Visuals. Y'all just got visualized and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.